purpose starts with the listening process, which involves hundreds of people and small group discussion. In November 2016, our members voted on gun violence to be our priority, the issue for research, and to find solutions to be implemented. Throughout our research, we decided to focus on intervention programs for young adults 18 to 24 years old. And we found several programs with long track records for reducing gun violence in this area. Those are Ceasefire, Office of Neighborhood Safety, Group Violence Intervention, and Cure Violence. Back in March of 2017, we asked and received a commitment from the state attorney, public defender, City of Miami, Miami Gardens, and Miami-Dade County to work together to implement one of these three programs. And in December of 2017, Director Perez, Lieutenant Carlo announced that they were ready to release the RFP for group violence and intervention. In March 2018, Director Perez and a dozen of other officials went to John Jay College in order to participate in an intensive orientation program. So now, our purpose today again is for all of us to come together to get a deeper understanding of this program, group violence and intervention, and to ensure that our community is ready for its implementation. Enough is enough. We want our youth back, we want our communities back, and we are here to do whatever it is we need to do to make this happen.
So just to give you really a quick overview of the GVI program, the National Networks program, without getting into too much detail, there's basically three major parts to the program. The GVI is broken down into a section for law enforcement response, a section for social services, and a community section. And it really takes the implementation of all three to make sure that this is, it works, and it works the way that it's designed to. So just real quickly, the law enforcement component pretty much targets that small segment that is the highest risk of committing these crimes, and we try to surgically respond to that after efforts have been made to intervene with these people. When I say that, the community is supposed to go and interact with these individuals and tell them that type of activity is not tolerated. It's not going to be tolerated in the community. And if that fails, they say, like last resort, we go in and we'll arrest them. This is the community part of it. The GVI partnership talks about, we are partners. The community has to come together, and they have to be forceful in communicating that message to the people. Street work is a huge component of this with the outreach workers, which is where the circle comes in to disrupt, to do what they do, which is disrupt that violent cycle. And then the social services section, which is really key here, because oftentimes people that are victimized, they will need specific help. They might, they could be, they're concerned about retaliation. They could have other needs, counseling, many different things. But we need to ensure that you have a holistic and complete social services component to ensure that they have housing, training, the things that they need in order to transition and make it work. So the question was, how is this working in other cities? So this particular GVI program through National Networks has been implemented in over 30 cities. I personally have counterparts that I'm friends with that are in Chicago and Oakland and LA and in Baltimore, and I've spoken to all of them, and they have seen huge strides, huge numbers coming down as a result of this implementation. These are just some of the numbers. Talks here of 44% reduction in gun assaults, 37% in homicides, a 42% reduction in homicides, and this is a specific location in Stockton, California. But the numbers are very impactful. Next one. Did I miss the video? Okay. Well, there was a video, and I'm sorry that it didn't come across because I thought it would have been, really good. It showed specifically, came from Chicago, and it showed specifically the impact that it was having in Chicago, and it was really good. But anyway, an update now on the progress and what's been going on. As Brother Lau was talking about, there was a resolution that came about on July the 10th, directing the county mayor to collaborate with the Circle, Community Youth Against Violence, and several other CBOs in Miami-Dade County to develop a program to reduce youth gun violence. I have been a part of multiple meetings with the mayor's office, OMB, procurement, to get this thing together. There was some information at the beginning. They talked about the RFP and some of that stuff. So we're trying to find the most expeditious vehicle for procurement. Monies have been set aside by the county to do this. We are pretty confident that we know what vehicle we're gonna choose. We have a date of October that our whole procurement package is going before the Board of County Commissioners. So we're gonna meet that October deadline. We've already established an oversight board for this initiative, which will encompass all of the stakeholders from the original slide, and we already.
Why is the reduction of gun violence so important? Because no pastor should have to maneuver around police on a Sunday morning on her way to worship and find her congregants outside because they heard gunshots. But this is exactly what happened to me on a Sunday morning in March of 2017 when the senseless killing of 20-year-old Anthony Gilmore was done just a block away from my church. Why is the reduction of gun violence so important to me? Because no one should participate in the genocide of their own community. But that's exactly what's happening in our communities today. And that is why I stand before you today, eagerly awaiting the implementation of group violence intervention in Miami-Dade County and the city of Miami Gardens.